have a message today for somebody or for many people, depending on whether you find this message or this message finds you. And that is that sometimes the people who hold angelic DNA are the ones who can never be in stable relationships. And this can be a dangerous thing, because what can happen is that people can use that as a weapon against you. So they will have you thinking and have you believing that the reason you can't make it in regular relationships, or relationships don't last with you, is because there's something wrong with you, or you're wounded, or you're this or you're that. And yes, to some extent you might be wounded, but what you'll find is after you've done the healing, you alienate people even more. And then you get to the root of the issue. And the root of the issue is that you carry angelic DNA and you trigger the fuck out of people. And it doesn't matter whether you're in your healed or your wounded state. You cannot sustain something with people who don't match who you are. And you certainly cannot sustain a situation with a person or with people who, because they're so threatened by who you are, they try at every turn to tear you down and take you out of your place of power. So I want you to hear and to know that today, because there are many angels that are walking amongst us, and some of them are awake, but too many of them aren't. And they've been ostracized from society, and they've dealt with betrayal and heartbreak like no other. And society in this narrative will have you believe that there's something wrong with you, that that you have issues, that you're not lovable, all of this other shit, and it's not true. The truth is that you carry a resonance and a frequency so high that when people get too close to you, it highlights everything that they're trying to hide from themselves. And when they get so severely triggered by your frequency, by your vibration, they don't know what to do with themselves, so they project all of their shit onto you to make you feel bad, because also subconsciously they know that you are able to transmute that shit because of who you are. But until you know who you are, until you rise up into your power, until you become a conscious transmuter, and you put aside those people who love to project their shadows onto you and use your energy in order not to deal with their woundings, until you rise and you know this about yourself, you will either find yourself alone in the world and miserable because you think you're unlovable, or you will find yourself stuck in codependent situations begging for people to love you who can't. And that's the truth. So to all of my earth angels out there, those of you who've never understood or understood or overstood why you cannot sustain certain relationships with certain beings, this is why. This is why. But I want you to know there are more of us out here in the world than it seems. And we're finding one another. And as we heal, we rise. And as we rise, we're able to connect, and we're able to match one another's frequencies, and we're able to get rid of the old world templates of competition and envy, and we're able to access intimacy. And when we access our intimacy, levels of intimacy as angelic beings, it's like none other that you'll ever experience or that you've ever experienced on this plane. So I want you to not be discouraged. I want you to know you're beyond lovable. You're chosen. You're chosen. And that's all I have for you today.